Hello everybody! Welcome to our garden tour, our syntropic experiment tour that is 5 months old. We really wanted to start small to have the chance to learn about our climate, the soil, the animals around here and their behavior. So we didn't want to overstretch ourselves, and we planted on 140 square meters around the surface with 2 tree lines 3 meters apart, and with 2 beds that are for vegetables, for garden beds, and some more garden beds on the sides. And yes, let's go! Here we are with the first tree line. So the sunflowers were there as an idea for creating some biomass, but especially for shade, because you see inside of here it's already like filtered sunlight. And the other day we had 42 degrees and we couldn't breathe, there was no air. And the tomatoes, for example, had no sign of burnt leaves or stress. So I think it's for that reason as well. These are the seeds that we kept from saved from Romania. And they are a mix of sunflowers and giant sunflowers. And this year as well we're going to keep the most. Like you can see, some of them are literally double of my size. We took all the lower leaves so that the trees and everything down can get some light, and you can see it works fine, because for example with corn you would have the problem that they would make too many leaves and it would make too much shade, but like this is just like a stick, it's perfect. So here, as you may know from other videos, we're growing pomegranates that completely froze down, but they started again beautifully. Here we have figs from cutting. It was just a cutting and it grew incredible. We have trees that support as mulberries. We have poplar. We have salice, willows. We have beautiful ash tree from here, from the forest. Other fig trees that are growing just insane. And we have also, we're growing vegetables at the same time, so we are just beginner, and we're playing, and I'm putting seeds and plants everywhere to see what works, what doesn't. And it seems that most of the plants, they love growing together. For example, look at this pepper, how healthy it is, and it's just growing next to the pomegranate, next to the marigolds, to the coronia, and it's making flowers. This one as well, already like with fruits. What is very interesting is that on the same line, some plants are doing amazing and others are really like stunted growth, so they're not growing very well. It's very fascinating, and yeah, we are just curious what's happening at the root level, at the microbiome, at the mycorrhiza. Yes, so we're growing vegetables together with our trees. Here we have more support species, Eleagnus, that froze down and grew again. Here we have bay laurel. I just come to put some more wood chip in here, because we just put in a tube that is this one. We don't have so much pressure, we're not using any electricity for this, but we have a bit of a difference of height. Our source is our canal is 5 meters higher, so we have half a bar of pressure, which allows us to use this, it's called the micro-porous tube, so it sweats the water from every pores, and we can use it without electricity, which is amazing. So we put it in for the first time because it was a bit hard to water all the time by hand, and so we can just let it go all night and we can sleep in the meantime. Here I planted some cucumbers, just right now from seed. More, this is, I was thinking it was fig, but this is okra, another vegetable. Lemons from seed, which would hope, it's either lemon, either yuzu. We hope we can protect it with evergreen shrubs or something during the winter for the freezes. More pomegranates, which are doing really fantastic. Some different aromatics, verbena, really smells amazing. Here you start to see eggplants that are okay, but are not doing so good as the ones I'm going to show you just a bit later. Yeah, we had quite some problems with voles, which are like some type of countryside rat or mouse, super cute, that ate all our potato crop and a lot of garlics, a lot of beetroot, a lot of onions. So it seems really that right now there's a lot of them in the prairie. So it seems that it's not balanced with the snakes and with the birds that might eat them. So it seems that there's an overpopulation of them and they don't have so much of a predator. But I think that's going to balance out in time because, yes, we're not going to let us stop from that. And fortunately, it's not touching the tree. So the trees are completely fine. They're not eating the roots of the trees, but they really like tubers and what is sweet. So yeah, we can focus on the trees, but at the same time, we also want to feed ourselves, and we don't want to, buy everything from the supermarket. We want to be most self-sufficient as we can. Here we have some tomatoes in the lines, and another fig from cutting, which is doing fantastic. Like the growth of it, I think we're not gonna propagate anymore in pots, but we're just gonna plant directly. And here in this, I don't know, 3 meters, everything is like growing fantastic. There we have a elm,
Yeah.
elm from either was here, either was from here close by from the prairie. And here we have some eggplants that are like 1 meter 10 tall. I've never seen like so big. Already having fruits. We took every time this first fruits because we let it grow, and it's already a trunk. Here another one. Here we have a huge okra. It's a kind of an Asian vegetable. We have a beautiful cucumber. It's all growing like in 1 square meters. Poplar, ash, marigolds, zinnias, coronia, eggplant, pomegranates. Coronia is really doing good. I think this is what happens when they're like digging at the roots, looking for something, and they damage a bit the roots of this because you see it's all like droopy.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it didn't happen until now with eggplants. Let's see.
Yeah.
Here we have a tomato growing on a sunflower as a trellis. It's a really cool idea, so I think I'm gonna try that next year. It's just that the bark of the sunflower, it's a bit rough, so if it makes too much friction, it damages a bit the tomato skin and leaves, and they're a bit sensitive. But they're growing really, really good. Here we have a pear tree from also from the prairie that we took, and so on and so forth. I just present very shortly this line. It's going, yes, perfect. So in this line, we just wanted to maximize all the space that we had, so we did no dig beds. And here there was the potatoes that were all eaten. These are the few survivors over there, and we just took them out, and that's it. Here I put some leeks that not all of them like took very well. And on this line, there was a bunch of different things like Swiss chard, zucchini. Here, this one really is growing amazing. Beans, flowers, cucumbers, melons. And now I'm also introducing a perennial so that next year, I'm already watering and it's growing for next year, which is asparagus. I grew asparagus from seed, and now you can come and see a little plant. They really look like small trees. Since I'm watering this bed, I was thinking like let's just let it grow, not in a pot but directly in the soil where it's gonna grow afterwards. And same thing, like some plants grew amazing, like this pepper here looks really happy, and some other I just already like took out because they were not so productive. Corn, already making nice corn to eat. This is very interesting. This is an eggplant from Cambodia. A very good friend of mine from Italy gave me the seeds, and it's very low and super big leaves, and I see that it's making flowers, and it makes it like a green, really, really huge eggplant. We've been eating a lot of Swiss chard. Now it's getting a bit eaten by a leaf miner. Here it's making this damage here, and it's not very beautiful. Yeah, we're gifting it and give it away, and it's not very beautiful like that. And these are onions from seed. So these are the vegetables beds in the middle of the tree lines. They're just like 80 centimeter wide and a path of 30 centimeter. It's quite, it's quite tight because we just wanted to use the most space and we wanted to grow the most food. And here we have tomatoes. And this part of the beds, everything grew amazing. Over there, not at all. So it's so funny. We did the same type of work, the same compost. I don't know, something must have gone different because I cannot really explain. But you see, the tomatoes are tall as Jimmy, like 2 meters, even taller over there. And the production, it's really amazing for not using any chemicals. If you can come closer, because they are like all, like, look at this bouquet. Look at this, they're all different varieties from Romania, from France, from seeds that I saved, from seeds that I've been given. For example, this one is a super cool variety called Piennolo del Vesuvio that people keep for 5 months after harvesting them. They just take the whole thing and they store them in aerated place, and it has a really hard skin, so it can keep for months and months after being harvested. Here we have some that are already ready. And here we have basil, here we have onion from seeds. I really like growing things together because you use so much little space, and I'm watering this, I'm watering new beetroot here for autumn. I'm watering old beetroot that I planted in March and then we're eating it. And at the same time I'm watering the tomatoes and the basil and flowers. So it seems really interesting to grow many plants together. Here we have a beautiful, I think, I don't know if it's another Italian variety, but I love just the different shapes and the different colors. We're gonna see when they're ripe. This one as well, like a heart. So yeah, these are all this bed here. It's no dig, so I just put cardboard and a layer of this of compost, and I planted in that, and I just covered it with wood chip. So you can see live the vole action. You can see that they are all like droopy like this, the leaves, and you can see here pile of soil where it dug. It's the first time he digs in this tomato bed, so it's not so cool. Look, it's cool to share our harvest, but right now it's just going on a line, you know. So it makes me want to just harvest them because you know it's on a line. It's just it's easy for it to find them. But it's nice like this, a bit of harvest. So the sunflowers are making a really nice shade for them. Here we had carrots that didn't work at all. So now I planted some beans that are coming up and some cucumbers. They're looking fantastic. And here was also beetroot, but was starting to get eaten, so I just took it out. I'm really like all the time just adapting to the moment. And the last tree line here it's also very different growth, a bit less of a growth, and we have different things growing. We have like sunchokes, Jerusalem artichokes that grew like bigger than me. They're huge, and we're not gonna touch this year. We're just gonna maybe cut the flower, but we're not gonna chop the whole thing and use it as organic matter. We're gonna let it established. Some corn. Here, Jimmy's favorite Alianthus, Heaven's Tree. I allowed him to have one to test it because, as you know, it makes shoots, and but it is just looking so lush.
Behind it, a beautiful almond tree.
Yes, a beautiful fig from cutting. This is a olive or filet that we took from the forest. Zucchini. Here we have a lotus, a kaki lotus used for as a rootstock, exactly for grafting. We have strawberries that I just put 2 strawberries and now I think we have 15. They really like multiplied so quickly. Apples from seed. For example, here the beans in general in these beds and everywhere didn't work so well. Like I just planted these new ones right now and they're looking okay, but they're not so deep green. So I'm thinking like they don't have the bacterium that helps them fix nitrogen or something like that, because apparently in some soils it's not present, so you have to inoculate the seeds before planting them. Rosemary, really nice pomegranates. Here we have silk tree, I think it's called. Albizia from seed. Look at that spider, there's so many spiders everywhere. And these are eleagnus, there's from seed and a plant as well. And here we have sage. This line, it seems like maybe we put less compost, I don't know, but it looks a bit less stunted growth. Or at least some things work, like for example the kales, but some other things not at all. And you can see the moles, and I think there's moles and voles. Moles are the ones that dig and eat worms and make a lot of piles, and the voles are the ones eating more the veggies. So yeah, wow, this fig. Look at the growth, and under it, a kaki seedling from kakis that we ate. Look at the growth of this cutting. We just took some little sticks and put them in. Lemon seedlings, oak seedlings, apple seedlings grow fantastic. These eleagnus grew a lot after the freeze. We hope to create a lot of biomass with them. And here, for example, look at this eggplant and look at the one just next to it in that line, and this bean and this paprika. They look all very, very like stunted growth and they're not growing well.
We also put a lot of seeds of wisteria.
Wisteria, which are very, very strong.
Climbing vine, nitrogen fixer.
Yeah. Look at this apple tree, like so much growth. And these albizia as well, like so much growth.
Oh, it's so big, the apples.
Yeah. Here I'm coming out and covering the tube. A lot of figs in this line. And yeah, I think that's it. Look how beautiful the onion from seed. I planted a bit late because that's when I got the seeds. But they are, it's incredible that until now I always grew from bulbs, but this time it was like a tiny, tiny, tiny seed. So I'm thinking like this year I'm gonna start them in autumn. I'm gonna plant them and overwinter them. They're gonna get this big probably already by the end of autumn, so that it can help time to swell up the bulb. But from a little seed is so fascinating. So that was it for this first garden, and thank you so much for watching. And we really want to inspire others to try this crazy thing. It's not at all like we're not trying to give a rule or how to do things. It's just like find the solutions for yourself and what works best for you. So yeah, and for those that would like a little sneak peek from our next plantation and from our next beds that we're preparing for autumn, you can come with me. So here we have a tree line that we already started planting and to use right now, for example, for here we have zucchini, corn, beans. we have another tree line that we didn't plant with anything, just with trees that we had the extra. We just put them in, and we are covering in between everything with compost and wood chip. Wood chip that we're getting for free, like, so it's a resource that for them it's a waste, because they are at the green waste facility. They are really overloaded, and they're trying to find place to stock it, and so they're more than happy to give it to you. And it's like 1 year old composted wood chip. It's already incredible. It's already like compost. And we tried to go planting it directly, and the results are really like quite amazing. Here, for example, that it keeps quite humidity, they grow much bigger. But you can see these pumpkins, like these are grown in wood chip, composted wood chip. It's not just wood chip, it has to be said. And we even tried some late tomatoes, and they're growing quite good. And look at the leaves of these sunflowers also, like, are quite impressive. So you can grow directly in wood chip that it's a bit composted. The idea was a bit, the inspiration was a bit like Eden gardening of Paul Gacci, or market gardening of Jim Kowaleski, if anybody's interested in knowing a bit more. And basically it's like you can plant anywhere you want, because anywhere it's fertile. And we just want to cover everything with lush green growth, because we know that covering the soil is not the solution. The plants are making the magic. So if you just cover the soil and let it like bare and not anything growing, like, it's not doing anything. It's not really like ameliorating the soil. It's not bringing the life, the microbiome in it. So the important thing is putting the seed in and to grow plants in them. So yes, stay tuned for next video, and next plantation, and yeah, having fun with us. It's like an island of green.